What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski and I'm back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to be breaking down all of the 5 stages of the Chaos Difficulty COLISEUM Sadie. Now, she is the unit that came out with COLISEUM Kid, and she's actually a little tricky. There are a couple of stages that might cause you a little bit of a hassle, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the teams that I used in order to beat them. Now, a lot of these teams are not going to be free-to-play friendly, but I'm just going to be showing you guys on the strategy that I am using and the strategy I'm going through in my head in order to actually beat the stages in COLISEUM Sadie. So starting on round number 1 against Shu from the Buster Call Raid Boss. This guy here is very, very annoying because you cannot bring any slasher units. Well, you can bring them, but they get their attack significantly reduced for like 98 turns. So it's highly recommended not to bring a slasher team for this stage. But I'm just using a Stronghold Ace team because just the Stronghold Ace special is super, super strong. And it just kills off everything and does a lot of damage to Shu. And just with this team, you get so much damage output, especially, even before you actually start attacking, you got so much damage output because you cut their HP by 10% with Usopp, and you can also just destroy them with Ace's special, doing so much damage. And you can actually see here, I'm pretty sure I stuffed up my Heracles special, but nonetheless, even though I did stuff it up, I still actually, do a lot of damage and end up killing him in one single shot. So, I'll see you guys at round number 2. Round number 2 was against Wands. Now, this was probably the most time I spent on any COLISEUM stage thus far. He's very, very difficult because he has like 3 million HP and an insane defense shield. Now, the strategy that I'm using is, I'm using this team to negate a lot of damage and just stall out that defensive shield he has. Now, the way that this becomes very, very difficult is because his preemptive attack will seal Psy and Quick specials for like 10 turns or something like that. So you can't bring like Stronghold Usopp, you can't bring Golden Pound Usopp to delay him for 3 turns, which would help a lot. But unfortunately, you cannot bring those units, so I'm bringing Alvida and Perona for damage mitigation, and I have Kuma, and I also have Fossa there, because Fossa will go ahead and boost the attack of my strength characters by 1.5. For like 1 turn, so that's really, really strong. I would bring Stronghold Luffy, but I have to use my 3-day 2-year Luffy as the captain with a Rayleigh. If I had Rayleigh as my captain, I could just bring Stronghold Luffy and get a whole lot more damage output. But you can see here, all I'm doing is actually just stalling right now to get good orbs on my Kuma, and I use my Kuma and my Fossa and kill him off after the defense shield has finally expired. Coming up on round 3, it is against Shanks. Now, this was also a very, very difficult stage as well. Now, the team I'm using is a double Stronghold Ace team, and the reason for that is because you have so much HP and you have really, really good damage output. So, the way that I am thinking in my head with this team is because he has a really, really annoying effect where once he gets below 50% or something like that, he does like 7k damage. So, I was using a Crocodile team before this, and Crocodile wasn't working too well. You could potentially bring a Mihawk team, but he has 6 million HP, so he has a lot of HP, really hard to take down, even with the double Mihawk special. It's going to be really, really hard because you have to try and stall for those specials, and you're probably going to be taking damage, and a Mihawk team with the Coffin Boat only has about 25,000 HP, give or take, so it's going to be really, really difficult to do that with a Mihawk team. So I'm just really bringing a team that has a lot of HP and really good damage output. So teams that would fall in that category would be Ace, Jinbei, Fujitora, all of those guys that have a lot of HP and deal lots and lots of damage are the best for this specific stage. So in my head, I'm just going to bring him just above 20%, and then I'm going to go ahead and burst him down with all of my specials once he gets just above 20%, and we'll kill him off in that turn then. Moving on to round number 4, we are against Arlong now. I'm finally getting to use this Thatch. So I actually got Thatch in the Cavendish Sugo Fest. I was actually out of town at that time, but I actually got this new unit Thatch, which I was super pumped about. So I'm happy that I have Thatch now, and he's really useful in this specific stage. So just bring a really powerful quick team. You know, NL would be great. Marco is phenomenal. You just do so much damage. But Thatch is really useful because he gives you so many quick orbs, which is awesome. I'm really glad I got him. Doflamingo is really good in partnership with the Leopard Lucci, guaranteed a full board of quick orbs and 2 times orb effectiveness. You have your NL to give you 2 times attack boost to your quick characters, and you also have the Marco to heal you back up after using the NL special. And make sure to go ahead and use the Dofi special before Marco. Otherwise, you know, Marco special will take precedence over Dofi's 2 times orb boost instead of a 1.5. So you do have to make sure you're using Dofi first, and then you go ahead and use Marco. But overall, it's really easy with a really powerful quick team like this. I actually just hit him when it was above 50%. I think he has around about 3 to 4 million HP, so it is a little difficult, but with this team, it was quite easy. Moving on to stage number 5 against Sadie, the final stage. On stage 4 though, we have Arlong once again. Now he has a weaker HP than the previous Arlong, and you can see that he applies a 1.25 times orb boost to your crew. So meaning that, you know, Stronghold Frankie isn't really that useful except for giving himself an orb. So I actually stuff up majorly here. You see I use Stronghold Usopp, but what I should have done is waited until he got, you know, a little bit lower, or waited until, you know, after the first turn, because he actually berserks. So I think it's when he falls below 50%, he actually berserks. So I should have used Usopp then instead of now. I actually didn't really recognize at the time, but overall, you know, I do know that for next time now. But with this team, I'm using Buffalo instead of Heracles. Now, Buffalo's pretty cool. He gives himself a blue orb and shuffles the rest of your crew slots. So overall, it's actually a really cool special. Now, one thing I do have to say to you guys is to make sure that you have a green orb before moving on to the next room. Now, the reason for that is because it's going to help significantly against the Sadie boss, because Sadie is pretty annoying, and I highly recommend having a green orb on your ace here, because it's going to make just clearing it a whole lot easier, because you don't have Heracles to just give you your orbs that you really need. You have to actually, you know, maybe need a little bit of luck to actually get your orbs, but you know, with level 3 orb matching, you shouldn't have too many issues with that. So you can see at the boss stage here, we're going to reach Sadie-chan, which is the final boss, of course, and she's surrounded by a whole bunch of Marines and just pirate characters. And what we're going to do here is go ahead and use our Stronghold A special first turn, because that will actually kill off all of the Marines and just the surrounding characters and do lots of damage to Sadie. And it's going to lock out orbs. Now you can see I do have a green orb on my ace, which is really awesome, meaning that ace is going to be doing a ton of damage against Sadie. So after that turn, you can see she's actually by herself. When she's by herself, every single turn, if she's by herself, she will summon out Mino Koala, Mino Rhinoceros, and Manticore. So you do have to keep in mind, you know, those guys are going to be a little bit tough to actually take down. However, we do have the secondary Strong World Ace special, so that is exactly what we're going to go ahead and do. We're going to use that, and we're also going to go ahead and use all of our specials right now with our Zephyr to give a 1.75 boost to shooters for 2 turns. Frankie's going to give himself an orb and give ourselves an orb boost, so it's going to make Ace do lots and lots of damage, and that's how we kill Sadie with this double Stronghold Ace team. So anyways guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and if you guys have enjoyed it, make sure to smack the like button down below, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that guys, I will see you guys within the next video.